Hello everybody, Joe Clone here, back again with another LEGO Star Wars minifigure review video. Today we will be reviewing every LEGO Star Wars Force user, and there's some, I guess, lightsaber wielder, non-Force user minifigure sprinkled in, but that's what we'll be reviewing today. All of the LEGO Star Wars Force user minifigures that I have in my entire collection, and as you could see over the years, I have actually gotten quite a lot of them. Some of them are super rare, some of them are super valuable, and these I really had most of these from when I was a kid, just getting the sets from Christmas or my birthday. I really haven't gone into hardcore collecting and trying to find other LEGO Star Wars Force users or lightsaber wielders, but I think I'm gonna start doing that now because I don't know, I'm seeing Evan Peels and Pong Krells out there, and I'm getting itchy to start to buy some of them, but if I do, you'll definitely see that on the channel in the future. But yeah, so how this is really gonna go is sort of like how my Marvel minifigure collection video went. I'm really just gonna go through all of these minifigures, give you a nice quick rotation around, and yeah, I think we're gonna go Jedi, dark side, Jedi, dark side, like that, in that order, and yeah, let's just have some fun. And obviously, before we get into it, you know we're gonna do the pen, but who doesn't love a good pen? Look at all of these awesome minifigures. I really love all of the different types of Jedi and Sith, just LEGO Star Wars minifigures, because they're just so different from each other. They're just so cool, unique minifigures, very detailed minifigures. And I'm just so happy we've gotten so many different versions of them over the years, especially some of the newest ones, which are totally outrageous, which I never would have thought we would ever have official LEGO minifigures for, but just so cool. And yeah. Up first, the Grand Master of the Jedi Order, Master Yoda. Up next, to counter that, Darth Sidious, one of the most evil characters of all time in general, not just in Star Wars, and probably the most infamous Sith Lord of all time as well. One of my favorite Jedi of all time, and one of the most powerful Jedi of all time, Master Plo Koon. Next, Count Dooku, or aka Darth Tyrannus. Twice the pride, double the fall. Trained by Count Dooku, Master Qui-Gon Jinn. The Sith Lord who killed Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul, with the Darksaber. Now, I also have a older version of Darth Maul, and this version came with a black hood, which I just used I use the black hood for other minifigures, so you will see, but you could see the printing is a little less detailed, and he obviously didn't come with a horn piece, but I just thought I'd show you him now because we just went over Darth Maul. Up next, the Jedi Master, or he wasn't a master at the time, but the Jedi who killed Darth Maul, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, I have a bunch of Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigures, and I actually have an entire Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigure collection review up on my channel right now, so if you want to just see that, I go a little bit more in depth on when each of them was released. Go check that out on my channel right now, but we're going to go through all of them quick right now. This is the Clone Wars variant of Obi-Wan Kenobi, technically the General Obi-Wan Kenobi variant, and it's always been my favorite out of them all. My second favorite, this is a old Ben Kenobi minifigure, obviously played by Alec Guinness, the GOAT. And fun fact, Ben Kenobi is actually the one who kills Darth Maul, I guess, for good, in Star Wars Rebels. Here we have a way younger version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Here we have a way older Episode 3 Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigure. And finally, the most recent Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigure from the newest Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi Starfighter set. And the same with my Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigures, I actually have a entire Darth Vader, who we're going to be going over next, minifigure review up on my channel right now, which, like I said, it just goes through, I go through all of my Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker minifigures that I have in my collection. So if you, and I go way more in depth again on when each of them was released. So if you want a way more in-depth review on all of these, go check that video out as well. But Darth Vader's easily one of the most popular fictional characters of all time, probably the most popular Sith Lord of all time as well. This is the 2005 Darth Vader minifigure. And he's 2005 because he has that great head print. The most recent Darth Vader minifigure. Easily one of the most valuable and rare, the battle-damaged Darth Vader minifigure from the expanded universe, or more so the Force Unleashed universe in Star Wars. My custom Vader. Now, just to give you the lore on this one, I made this Darth Vader off the idea that on the Battle of Mustafar with Obi-Wan, only his face gets severely injured, so he only has to wear the helmet. As you can see, his face is very, very messed up, but the rest of his body is intact, so I always thought this was just a cool custom of mine. Another custom of mine, I call this one Nomad Vader. This Darth Vader is a version where he just quits everything and goes and lives a peaceful life with Luke on Tatooine. Unfortunately, he still has to wear the suit though. And he's basically a combination of a bunch of different scrap Vader parts. funny because we have to do light side for this turn, and the next minifigure is Jedi Darth Vader from the comics. This is the new Jedi Darth Vader minifigure from the Dark Falcon set, and it's just so awesome. Up next, we have my Purist Custom Sith Barriss minifigure. Up next for the Jedi, Master Anakin Skywalker. Next for the Sith, my Purist Custom Young Palpatine minifigure. And I sort of see this as Palpatine right after he kills his master, so. Up next, Jedi Master Aayla Secura. Now this Sith minifigure I have been waiting to review for you guys for so long. This is my I don't, it's not that purist because I just colored a entire Clone Wars Yoda head black to make sort of this Darth Yoda custom LEGO Star Wars minifigure, and I think he looks so awesome. I really based this off the vision that Yoda has of this variant of himself, and I gave him red eyes, which just looks so menacing, and I actually gave him Druig's body from LEGO Marvel Eternals, and I just think it works so perfect for him, and I just gave him a little cloth half hood just to make him look that much more menacing, and I'm so happy with how this custom turned out. He's so awesome. And I should have went over him after the first Yoda minifigure that we looked at today, but I didn't want to go over all of my Yoda minifigures. I wanted to save Darth Yoda for sort of in the middle of the video because I just think he's so cool. But I'm doing this Clone Wars variant Yoda minifigure right after him just to show you how different the Darth Yoda minifigure looks. I'm sorry if I can't speak today. I'm a little sick again. Sorry about that. Not that I could ever speak doing these videos. You guys know me. Next for the Sith, Darth Rey. This is easily my favorite Rey minifigure in LEGO. Obviously, she comes in the new Dark Falcon set. If you want more in-depth reviews on all of the minifigures from that set, go check out that video up on my channel right now. But this minifigure is just so cool. So happy to have her in my collection. Up next, my favorite LEGO Star Wars Jedi minifigure of all time, one of my favorite Jedi of all time, Master Kit Fisto. Oh yes. And this version of Master Kit Fisto is actually more valuable than the last because technically he's caped Kit Fisto, it really makes no difference. But he comes from the Palpatine's Arrest set, which is one of the most valuable LEGO Star Wars sets of all time, with some of the most valuable LEGO Star Wars Jedi minifigures of all time. And supposedly we might be getting a Darth Kit Fisto variant LEGO minifigure. I hope and pray we do. Up next, my purest custom Darth Malgus minifigure. Easily one of my best purest custom minifigures I have ever created. If you want a more in-depth review on him, go check out my full video or short that I've already posted of him. Also one of my favorites, the undercover Jedi Master, Quinlan Vos. And Master Vos has some of the coolest comics in Star Wars. I encourage you to read them. Now, he's not a Force user, but he is trained, or he was trained by Sith Lords. This is the OG, one of my favorite, I wouldn't call him a Sith, but one of my favorite villain characters in the Star Wars universe, General Grievous. Up next, one of the most powerful Jedi of all time, Master Mace Windu. And obviously iconic for that purple bladed lightsaber. And this is actually the minifigure from the Palpatine's Arrest set. I have a couple more Windus. This is the newest Clone Wars variant of Mace Windu. Probably has the best printing out of all of them. And everyone's favorite, the infamous OG Clone Wars Mace Windu. And I'm obviously joking when I say that because everyone calls this the cursed Mace Windu minifigure. Alright, finally added to my collection, one of the most powerful Sith Lords of all time, one of the most menacing Sith Lords of all time, Darth Jar Jar, obviously from the new Dark Falcon set. And I actually, even though I've done a review on this minifigure already, I actually gave him the current Darth Vader arms to give him arm printing, and since I used the Druid torso for my Darth Yoda, I gave the Druid legs to Darth Jar Jar just to give him leg and toe printing. And I gotta say, I think the arm printing and leg printing makes him a superior minifigure. Sorry, Darth Jar Jar was just trying to choke me out with his mind. He's that powerful. He doesn't like hearing me speak. So we're just gonna review him quick so I avoid danger. Up next, we have A New Hope, Luke Skywalker. And I actually have quite a lot of Luke Skywalker minifigures, so we're just going to go through them all. Rare Medal of Honor. I don't know if that's what the medal is actually called. I totally forgot what it's actually called, but this version of Luke Skywalker actually came in a book way back in the day, and I still have him to this day in perfect condition. Very happy to. This is the newest or current pilot Luke Skywalker minifigure. Red 5, the GOAT. This is my Purist Custom Grand Master Luke Skywalker minifigure. I went for his look from how he appears in the Mandalorian TV show. One of the most badass scenes ever in Star Wars, when he shows up and just destroys all the Dark Troopers like they're tin men. And finally, my Purist Custom Old Man Luke minifigure. You didn't think we were going to go through this review without showing Old Man Luke in his beach bum outfit. Just a funny Luke Skywalker minifigure. And Mark Hamill is actually going to voice him in the new Rebuild the Galaxy show, so that is quite hilarious to me. Up next, my Purist Custom Shark Vader minifigure. And the lore for him is he wears the suit so he could breathe without being in water. Next, the super rare and super valuable Master Kolar Jedi minifigure. Up next, my Purist Custom Sith Inquisitor minifigure. I almost forgot the word Inquisitor for a second. I'm sorry about that. We just went over Master Kolar. Up next for the Jedi, Master Koth. And him, Kolar, and Darth Maul are actually all the same species, and I've always thought that's just very cool because we have 3 different versions of that species in LEGO minifigure form. And obviously they come from Dathomir, the planet. I just don't know the term that you would call their species. I totally forgot. I'm sorry. I've been way into Marvel the past few months. My Star Wars brain is sort of rusty, so sorry about that. This is my Purist Custom Darth Hammer minifigure, and the lore behind him is he actually killed a Jedi way back when he was a kid and stole his double bladed lightsaber, and he's just used it ever since, never switched, because I don't know, I just like him with the blue double-bladed lightsaber. But he is evil, so don't get it twisted. Sticking with the underwater species of Force users, up next we have Jedi Master Nadar Veb. he was actually, I shouldn't say Jedi Master, Jedi Knight Nadar Veb. He was actually trained by Jedi Master Kit Fisto, but unfortunately killed by General Grievous. Up next, another super rare and immensely valuable LEGO Star Wars minifigure. We have Star Killer from the Expanded Universe, or aka the Force Unleashed universe. And this minifigure is one of my favorite LEGO Star Wars minifigures of all time. I've had him for a very, very long time. I actually used to play the Force Unleashed video games when I was a kid, so I'm just super happy to have him in perfect condition to this day. I could always replace this arm or clean the Sharpie off very easily, so don't sweat it, guys. And another fun fact about him, he's actually one of the only LEGO minifigures ever to have blood printed onto the torso. Next, one of the coolest newer Jedi minifigures, we have Jedi Master Kolar and Beck. And a fun fact about Kolar and Beck, he's actually played by the same actor who plays Jar Jar Binks and voices Darth Jar Jar, so very, very awesome. That's why I've always liked him, and it's a great minifigure. Now, I've actually run out of Sith or Dark Side, Force User, or lightsaber wielding minifigures, so I thought I'd throw one of the Praetorian Guards in here because we always see them hanging around Sith Lords, so why not put him in the review? This is one of the OG minifigures for these characters, and I've had him for a very, very long time. This was actually one of the first minifigures I bought just on its own off eBay way back when. He is official, but it's just funny because that's how I buy most of my minifigures now. I don't get them from sets that often, but just a awesome classic LEGO Star Wars minifigure. Up next, we have my custom Master Oppo Rancisis minifigure, and I've always found him just so cool because Oppo Rancisis is a snake-like creature and just so awesome. I hope LEGO makes an official one in the future, but if they don't, mine's pretty good for what it is. And last but certainly not least, my custom Ahsoka the White minifigure. And let me just give you the zoom before we do the final lineup, even though they're in the final lineup. Like I said in the beginning, these are some of the coolest, most detailed, most unique LEGO Star Wars minifigures that have been made, and I think I'm really just gonna start going a little hardcore and collecting more of them, just because I like how different they are, and LEGO Star Wars is such an OG LEGO theme that it's just so cool to have so many of these guys in LEGO form, and again, they're just awesome for customs, purist customs, just so cool. Such great characters, and I'm just so happy to have all of these a part of my LEGO Star Wars collection. Truly, just awesome. As you know, I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe, and I thank you for joining me on the journey. That's a review. I'll see you in the next one, and peace.